Good morning, everyone. So today is World Environment Day, and it's also a good time for us to just pause and reflect on the relationship we have with nature, and more importantly, how we act. So it is also an honor for us to use this occasion to launch the 5th edition of the RCMRD Arts and Map competition. So to kick us off, I'll introduce myself and then I'll call in the next speaker who will just give us an overview of what the competition and the day is all about. And then we get into the program for the day. So my name is Abigail Sum. I'm a communication and outreach officer at RCMRD, and it is an honor to be here today with all of you. So I'd like to call in Mr. Michael Ngugi, just to give us an overview of what to expect in today's launch. Welcome, Ngugi.
Thank you very much, Abigail. I hope you can all hear me. Confirm.
We can hear you.
Can you be able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you very much, distinguished partners, guests, students, teachers, and everybody who has joined us this morning. It really gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of the RCMRD Arts and Maps competition 2026 edition. It's really an exciting initiative of the Regional Center of Excellence for Biodiversity, Forest and Seascape Ecosystem Management. And we are really launching this particular competition on a very, very important day. Today is the World Environment Day. And as we celebrate this particular day, the ability of arts and maps to tell stories that inspire action is what really we are trying to achieve. While maps help us to understand how our landscapes, our ecosystems, and how our biodiversity connect, the nature and how we are able to showcase the various things that we have in our region, we are able to bring that through arts and maps. And that's why this competition is of great significance. Across our region, in Eastern and Southern Africa, we are home to vast ecosystems, vast savannas, from forest lands to wetlands to mountains to the marine ecosystems. These are very important natural resources. Yet, much as they are important, they face increasing pressures from climate change, habitat loss, sometimes pollution, and sometimes unsustainable land use. And addressing these particular challenges require not just science and technology, but also creativity, innovation, and public engagement. In this particular regard, this particular competition seeks to bring these worlds together. Through our maps, participants will be able to explore and communicate important conservation issues using geospatial technologies. And through art, they will be able to express their vision, their passion, and hope for the future, and as well as sustainable development. By combining these two great aspects of arts and maps, we will be able to create a new generation of conservation champions who can see and understand and communicate the value of these natural ecosystems, which play a very big role in our heritage. We are particularly excited that this particular competition creates an opportunity for young people, students, professionals, even artists, and conservation practitioners from across the region. And this competition, it very much aligns with RCMRD's mission, and which is on strengthening knowledge and capacity building, identifying new partnership, fostering innovation in the work that we normally do on geospatial technology. As we launched this particular initiative today, I want to encourage all participants to be bold in terms of how they propose their solution. Be creative, be innovative. Let all your maps tell the stories. And we'll not be able to thank you enough when we get your submissions later in the year. So on behalf of RCMRD, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to our partners, our sponsors, and all the partners that we work with, and the ones who have made this particular competition possible. We wish you very well. Good luck as we launch this particular competition today. Back to you, Abigail. Thank you.
Thank you, Ngugi, for those opening remarks. And for everyone who's joined, my name is Abigail Sum. I'll be your moderator for today throughout this session. So now we get into today's webinar and what this year's competition is all about. So I want us to go through what the theme of the competition, just to demystify what this competition is all about. Theme, and then my colleague Isaac Fadamula will give you an overview of the competition, what are the categories, eligibility, prizes, and the key dates to monitor. And then also we'll have Joseph, who will take us through, who will give us a step-by-step guide, or rather a walkthrough of the registration and submission process. And then we'll finally have our Q&A session. So I'll kick off the session with just defining what this year's theme is. So I think by now you've seen how our poster looks like and what the theme is all about. So the theme for this year is anchored on two global environmental observances that share a common urgency. So it is anchored on today's World Environment Day, the call for climate action, and also the International Day for Biological Diversity's theme, Acting Locally for Global Impact, which was observed on May 22nd. Now, these are not separate conversations. They are two voices speaking the same truth, that biodiversity laws and climate change are interconnected crises, and that reversing them begins not in distant conference hall, but here in our local communities, our schools, and our landscapes. Acting locally for global impact is a powerful recognition that conservation belongs to everyone. It is not exclusive to the domain of scientists, governments, international organizations. It happens in the classrooms, in Kampala, on the farms in Malawi, along the rivers in Tanzania, and in the coastal communities in Mozambique. So it's through the everyday decisions of individuals, indigenous people and teachers, and local authorities, each contributing within their own context. Implementation ultimately happens on the ground, as we know, and it is on the ground that this competition finds its home. Now, climate action reinforces this message with urgency. Across Eastern and Southern Africa, the region that we cover, the effects of climate change are not abstract. They are lived. Shifting rainfalls, we've experienced floods, for example, in Kenya, shrinking forests, disappearing species, changing coastlines. These are the realities that our communities navigate daily, and they demand ground-up response, communities observing, documenting, and acting on the changes within their own landscapes. This is precisely where arts and map competition become transformative tools. Art captures what data alone cannot: the emotional, the cultural, and ecological bond between people and place. A painting of a disappearing wetland, a drawing of a tree that no longer stands, a portrait of a community planting what was lost. These are not merely creative acts, they are testimonies, they are advocacy, they are local action made visible. Maps, likewise, map likewise are ground global conversations in local realities. A hand-drawn biodiversity map from a school in Rwanda or a participatory land use map from a village in Zambia carries knowledge that no satellite image can replicate. So it says this place matters, these species are here, this community is watching. So every student, teacher, artist, young conservationists across our the countries that we cover, the 25 countries that this competition cover, this is your platform. So we invite you to step outside and observe biodiversity in your own community. Ask how climate change is reshaping your landscape. Then create, draw, paint, map. Tell that story with honesty and with pride. So your entry is not just a competition submission, it is your fingerprint from a global effort. So, you know, those are some of the ways that you can be able to just recreate, or rather create a compelling entry based on this year's theme. So thank you. And we look forward to receiving the irreplaceable voices of Eastern and Southern Africa. Thank you. So I'd like to invite Isaac to give us an overview. Of the competition. As Isaac is getting his presentation ready, I'll just like to remind you that the chat is open and available. You can go there, ask your questions. We also have the Q&A tab where you can ask your questions as well. Yeah, and we invite you to interact, introduce yourself, where you're joining us from, and you can even tell us some of the expectations that you have for today and this year's competition as well in the chat. So our team is on standby to engage. I can see Francisco. Hi. Moniz, tell us where you're joining us from. We have Lois. We have Felix. Felix K, I hope you can hear us now. You've sorted your issue with sound. We have Andrew Malewezi. Thank you for joining us. We have, I'm trying to read your name. It's long and I probably might not pronounce it correctly. Lelohonolo Mona from Lesotho. Thank you for joining us. We will share our presentations, all the presentations after this session. Thank you, Lois from Nakuru, Yusta from Kenya, Esther Kondoe from Malawi, and Isaac from Ethiopia. So thank you all for joining us. Isaac is ready, so I'll let him proceed with the overview for the competition.
Yes, good morning. This is Isaac Fadamola. I'll be presenting on the overview of the competition so that we get to know where we are in terms of the 2026 edition. So welcome to RCMRD Arts and Maps Competition 2026 edition, where you are supposed to draw, paint, map, and win. The theme is of the RCOE to conserve nature, empower communities, but that has been already talked about, where we act globally. I'll just talk about RCMRD. So we are an intergovernmental organization established in 1975. We are now 51 years old, so we celebrated our Jubilee year in 2025. We have 20 member states serving over 1 million plus data sets. So what is the Arts and Maps competition? So here we are supposed to have some creative expressions where school-going children are supposed to draw, paint, tell stories, and unleash their artistic talents. Geospatial mapping, we use GIS and story maps, dashboards, web map applications, and environmental focus. You're supposed to ensure that all entries address biodiversity and conservation themes, while the total prize is up to 16,000 euros in all the categories that have been put up for grabs. So the competition objective is to promote use of maps, Earth observation and geospatial technology, while inspiring the learners and professionals to really creatively explore their natural environment. And then through this art mapping and data, the participants will be able to discover how this geographic information will be used to tell powerful stories, raise awareness, and develop innovative solutions. And this will be geared towards protecting the planet's biodiversity and natural resources. So what we need to achieve are just 3 goals: promote geospatial literacy, build awareness of open data portals, and then inspire creative use of GIS datasets. Acting locally for global impact. So these entries must address the conservation and climate goals, as my colleague had already put it in the previous presentation. So we are addressing 3 topics or 3 themes, which are in line with the RCE projects: forestry, biodiversity, and seascapes. Who can participate? So what's the eligibility? So we have 3 categories: the primary schools, secondary schools, and professionals. So for the primary schools, we need a team of 5 to 15 members. This one is still open. Secondary school, the same, 5 to 15 members. While in professional category, you can always be able to submit as an individual submission. So this for the practicing individuals or those in universities and colleges or technical institutions. So this normally comprises the GIS practitioners, cartographers, and creatives. So, and this is limited to the Eastern and Southern Africa. So for primary schools and secondary schools, you'll be able to have several outputs, which we'll discuss in our subsequent slides. We have the competition open for 25 member states or 25 countries. So these are Angola. You'll check from our website all the way to Zimbabwe. These are Southern and Eastern African countries that we serve within our project. School level submission formats, we have 3 categories or 3 submissions that you can be able to make: drawing or painting, and then essay written, and then video presentations. So for the painting and drawing, you have a minimum of A4 size. So ensure you upload your photograph and the submission. Ensure you also have the group photo of the students participating in the competition. And for the essay submission, make sure you have original written work that addresses the theme, and it should be clearly structured in a manner that all the judges will be able to understand and award respective marks. For the video presentation, here you can capture step by step as you try to conserve nature. This allows a maximum of 3 minutes, and it should be able to have the original content, and it will also be able to align with the theme of the competition. So the team size normally vary from 5 to 15 members, but it's the teacher or the patron that will make the submission. And another important aspect is that a school can submit as many submissions as possible, and whatever stands out will be able to carry the day. On to the next. For the professional submission categories or formats, we expect several combinations of the geographic information system outputs. So you have a story map, which will be able to combine narratives, maps, and multimedia. So you're supposed to have a spatial story that will compel the judges and the users about all these conservation topics. And once it stands out, you'll be able to have that item winning. We also expect that from the professional category, you can be able to produce or output a dashboard, which will be interactive, and this helps the decision makers to be able to come up with decisions based on the analytics and the summaries that will have been displayed on the dashboard. We also expect that for the professional categories, you can have a web-based map application that will be able to address environmental or biodiversity challenge in form of a map application. So individuals may also submit as many entries as possible, and whichever wins will be able to be awarded. Use authoritative data sets. So where are we expecting you to use or to get data from? So we have open job portals that we have already put in place for the participants to source their data from. So you expect by the end of the competition or by the time you're submitting your output or your product, you should have at least used 2 data sets from the listed data sources. And entries that do not meet this threshold will not be viable for judging. So ensure you have these data sources in place. So we have the RCA geoportal, RCMRD geoportal, Protected Planet, African Knowledge Platform, S3 Africa geoportal, and then the S3 Living Atlas. At the judging criteria, we have the theme alignment. Make sure that all the products that you produce for this competition, they align with the environmental and biodiversity conservation, which will also be reviewed against the 2026 theme. Ensure you have creativity and originality. So make sure that you have unique and original artwork or application design. So make sure that you don't have something that's not original or is not unique, because the judges will be looking at how impressive your product will be in terms of uniqueness and originality. Technical quality, make sure that for professionals, at least use 2 approved spatial data sets. Make sure that your map elements are correct and your data presentation is at par as per the expectations of the team. Make sure you follow clarity and communication. Does your entry effectively communicate the message, or how does it visually impress, or how does your visual and narrative impact are both assessed? So be able to produce a clear product or a clear map application, a clear drawing, painting that will communicate to the judges and the users at large for them to be able to get your work done and marked as expected. Relevance to conservation, make sure that you align your output directly to the awareness or solutions for the natural resource protection, so that it also aligns with our themes and our conservation efforts that you're trying to pass across. So the prize, we have a total prize of 16,000 euros, structured in 4 categories. So we have the overall winner with the People's Choice Award. This one will be voted across. So these are the best entries. So we have 10 entries that will be put outside there for the people to vote. So they'll have to choose the best entry, and that will walk away with 4,000 euros. We have the primary school category. So the painting, drawing, essay, and video, this will get 3,000 euros, but the patron will get 1,000. That means 2,000 will be left with the school because they also participate in this competition. For the previous competition, they have not been awarded. but from this competition, they'll be getting 1,000 euros out of the 3,000. The same applies to school category, secondary school. The best secondary school entry will receive 3,000. Again, the school will remain with 2,000, while the patron stroke the teacher will walk away with the 1,000. And this will motivate the patrons even for the subsequent competitions. We have the last one, which is the professional category. Here, each of the categories, forestry, seascape, and biodiversity, each of the winner will walk away with 2,000 euros. So that is 6,000 euros for the three categories. That will make 16,000 euros in total. So you have some samples here from the past winners, 2025 edition. So the overall winner was from Tanzania. Yeah, he got 4,000. So it was on satellite and terrain analysis for forest conservation. We had a primary school from Seychelles, which won 3,000 euros. The secondary category was taken by Amboseli Lewis Secondary School, Kenya. Then for the professional category in the seascape thematic area, we had Susan Sisti from Tanzania. Professional biodiversity, we had a winner from Angola. And then for the forest, we had a winner from Rwanda. So as you can see from the distribution of these awards, we make sure that it's well represented within our 25 participating countries. So it's not that we fix these results. We make sure that they are judged correctly and the 10 entries go to the voting, and whoever wins is awarded. So it's not fixed by RCMRD. RCMRD is not one of the judges. We get our partners to do the judging so that we don't seem to be biased. How to join and key dates? Make sure that you follow our socials, our websites. So register, visit rcartsandmaps.rcmrd.org. You'll have the registration form open today. So by the time you're finishing this webinar, the registration will be open. Attend the webinars. We'll have 3 webinars up to 31st August. This will be able to guide you on how you can be able to produce the submission formats, how you can be able to get your data from the data sources listed, and what are the judging tips that you can be able to incorporate into your art or your product or your format to make sure that it stands out among the rest. So create entry, make sure you draw, paint, or map, or can even build your story map, dashboard, or application. And this will be into the entry that we expect by 31st August this year for judging before you are awarded. Then submit by deadline. Make sure that all the entries are due or submitted by 31st August. The details will be shared only with the registered participants. So make sure by the time you open the registration, you append your details there. So the key dates are June 2026. That's when the competition is open today. That 1st August submission deadline. Then you have 3 webinars, and then winners will be announced on November during our governing council and conference of ministers that will be held, and you'll be advised on where the award will be taken or be given to you. So register now and make your mark on the map. So make sure that you visit our RCOE Arts and Maps competition page. You can always contact us through the map competition at rcmrd.org. And we are located in Nairobi. So if you are in Kenya and you need some more information, you can always visit us at our office and talk to us. So I'll stop there and invite my colleagues who will proceed with the presentations. So I have some questions. I'll address some few questions. Okay. Okay, I'm being advised I'll address after the presentation. So over to you, Joseph. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. That was a very important session just to get to know the eligibility and the judging criteria and what is expected for all the entries. Now, before we get to know how to submit our entries, or rather, before Joseph takes us through the submission process, I'd like to invite last year's Seascape category winner, Susan Sitsi. I hope I've pronounced your name correctly, from Tanzania. Her winning entry was Mdimni Kisiju Mangrove Survival and Growth Tracker. So it was a data-driven dashboard designed to monitor the health and development of mangrove forest across Mdimni and Kisiju restoration sites. So Susan, you're online. You're welcome to just give us a brief testimonial. What was the process like for you last year and from the beginning till the end? Welcome.
Okay, thank you, Abby. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, as introduced, my name is Susan Sisti from Tanzania. I work with Global Water Partnership Tanzania as a research assistant. For me, I first heard about the competition from one of my colleagues whom we work together. So I was really inspired by it, and I was really excited to participate. Though at first I was a bit, I was afraid because I didn't know what to expect. But I joined your webinars and the launching ceremony. So I believed that if I believe in myself, then I can do it, because this is a platform where the voice of different people are amplified using maps, using arts. So it was a room for me to use the geospatial tools or techniques, something that's it's just a basic skill that we use it academically. So I believed that if there's a platform where you can use the skills that you acquire, you never knew that you can use them to outreach people, like to make them learn, to make people connect with you, to make them grow. So it was a really important and a very nice platform for me. So I urge you guys, if you are scared or you think you do not know what to prepare, just keep participating in the webinars and in these launching ceremonies. You can go in the RCMRD's website. They have posted the previous winners' works, like for different years since it started. So you can even use that as your baseline to know what to prepare or how to create your submission, and you should just submit. Let nothing hold you back or think that you cannot do it, because you can do it. So I think you should all be curious, excited, and just embrace the opportunity that you have had. Okay, and for me personally, with my submission last year, it was inspired by the death of mangroves that's happening on the coast of Tanzania due to various climatic conditions and human activities. So I thought it was best to show it using the dashboard that I created. You can visit it, and in case of anything, you can just contact me and I'll answer you. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for that testimonials. As she was speaking on the screen, you could see the dashboard that she created for last year's entry, and it won. So thank you for that. You can, as she said, you can go through our website just to see past entries, winning entries, and get sort of an idea of what is expected and how to go about it. So the website is You can access the website rcoe-artsandmaps.rcmrd.org. It will be on the chat. That's where you can access all the information about the competition. Now, if you have questions, please just write them down. We'll have a Q&A session after the next speaker. So questions based on the previous presentation, just write them down and then we'll be able to answer you. So I'd like to invite Joseph Ndana to give us a step-by-step guide on the registration and submission.
Thank you, Abigail, for that. Isaac and Abigail for the prior presentations. And thank you, Susan, for contributing. And congratulations for winning last year and for encouraging others also to participate. So I'll go straight to how you'll be able to register for the competition. As indicated, we will be having webinars where we will share on further steps on how to submit. So at this stage, I would like to go to how you'll be able to register for this competition. So as you have heard, we have a website, and from that website, it's rcoe-artsandmaps.rcmrd.org. And you'll be able to find all the information that you need to know, all the updates that we'll be sharing along the competition periods. And once you go, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the competition timeline. We will be updating this competition timeline as we progress. So currently we're in the official online launch, which is today. Afterwards, from today, you'll be able to see the registration form for all the participants that are interested. And it will be open today. You'll be able to access that registration form. I'll show you where it is. And then after that, we'll have the submission and formats webinar, which you have indicated we'll be having at least one webinar in a month, every month. Then we have the judges evaluation, the overall winner poll, and the winners announcement. And those are the indicated dates right there. So you'll be able to see this information as time progresses. And we will be able to have interactions in our community. So you can access our community through this button here, our community, and you'll be able to share, to interact with other participants. And we will like to hear from you through this community. So starting today and going forward, we'll be able to see some of the updates going on in this part of the community. It's rcoe-community.rcmrd.org, but you can access it from here, from the website of the Arts and Maps. So you can also read about the competition, the objectives as has been shared prior to by Isaac in his presentation, the participating countries, and I know there's always a question, can we participate when we are outside these countries? But for now, we focus mainly on the 25 participating countries that RCOES covers. The judging criteria in more detail is given there. The data sources and the links are given here. And you can also, the submission formats also, you can find them there. And past winners, as has been indicated. So we have the 2025 winners. You can read more about it there on the page. And the submissions, you can access the submissions through the same page, past winners. And you have the whole collection of the top winners. And we will also be updating it with other entries that we think might also inspire you to come up with better products. So as indicated, this can be just be a baseline, and then you improve or you come up with something more interesting, more engaging. Yeah, and so it is separated. You can see the current one, the prior winners, 2025. Then you go to 2024, 2023, and then 2022. So on this site, and this is where now you need to pay more attention, is the register for participation. This is where you will find the link, the page to register for to participate in this competition. So currently it's closed because we have not opened it. We will open it right after the launch. But this is how it's going to look like. And we will need your full names. You will specify your gender. You might prefer not to say, it's allowed. Then you'll indicate the country from which you're participating from. You'll select the country, the city from your city, country, age bracket that you're in, your email address, your phone number, your organization or school name, your organization type, either a private company, a non-profit organization, a government institution, international organization, intergovernmental organization, primary school, high school, or university college. And we will also have, we will need you to indicate your highest level of education from primary, high school, short course certificates, diploma, all the way to a PhD holder or a professor. And we would like you to let us know how you heard about this competition so that we can also be able to improve our awareness for the upcoming competition and even the current competition as it's ongoing. And then you submit, and then we'll be able to have that data. And the people who register are the people who we will be expecting to participate in the competition. So with that, that is what I wanted to highlight. So for the submission, as we have indicated, we will be having webinars along the way. And through those webinars, we will be able to share more light on the submission formats and how we expect you to submit your entries and so forth. So look up for the scheduled webinars. We will share it in our platforms, in the community, and you'll be able to participate and know more about the submissions when we get close to the submission dates. And so I encourage you to follow the competition timeline because this will give you a sense of where we are at in the competition. Thank you, Abigail. Back to you.
Thank you, Joseph, for that. Now we move into the Q&A session, and I'd like to invite all those who have questions to raise your hand. We'll get to unmute you. You can ask your question, and then you will get the feedback. If you wish, also you can send your questions through the Q&A platform or even the chat, and our team is on standby to respond to your queries. So is there anyone with a question? Please raise your hand. There's a question on the chat, which I'll read. What about how can participants from outside RCMRD member countries participate in the competition? Can university participants take part in groups? So I think Joseph had initiated on that, but I'll just give him the opportunity to just respond to it again. How can participants from outside the RCMRD member states participate, and can university participants take part in groups? So Joseph.
Yeah, so thank you. For now, we are focusing only on the 25 countries. So we have not really opened it up outside the RCOS region. And I would like to clearly indicate which countries they are. So allow me to share the screen again. I hope you can see it. So the countries we're focusing on is Angola, Botswana, Burundi, Comoros, Djibouti, Eritrea, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Kenya, Lesotho, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Rwanda, Seychelles, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So those are the countries we are looking forward to. But if the demand increases, we might have to discuss with management to see how we can incorporate other participants, interested participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Stephen Kusinza, I hope Joseph has answered your questions. Keith has raised his hand. You can go ahead and ask your question, Keith. Keith, go to Fuhad if Keith. Fuhad Mohammed has also raised his hand. So Fuhad, Keith.
Yeah, thank you
Fuhad,
very
please
much.
go ahead and speak.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. So I'm very sorry that I was late. The question is, I want to ask, how do I get the form fill up? The competition form.
The communication form or the submission form?
No, competition form.
Competition form.
I think there is a form that we can fill, right, for the competition.
Okay. Joseph.
Yes, the competition form, go to the websites. We will also share it in the, separately, but go to the competition website, which you have given the link in the chat, and then go to register for participation. Let me share my screen again.
Okay.
Okay, that you can see my screen. So at the top, you'll see home, about the competition, past winners, register for the virtual launch, which is today. So this will disappear, and then register for the participation. So this is where you click. And once you get here, you will be able to access the form. We are going to open it right after this launch, and then you'll be able to fill. This is how it's going to look. This is where you fill your details. So I will also share the link to that page in the chat. Just check the chat right away.
Yeah,
On the
okay,
chat.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you'll be
thank
able
you
to
very
find it
much.
there.
Yeah, I think I'm from Somalia, and I think we are eligible to that, right? As you list the countries that are eligible. So
yes,
we
you
are also
eligible.
working the GIS. We are involved that is very much because our company is based in Somalia, and we are working that geospatial. So we are very interested to participate in this one. Thank you very much.
You're much welcome.
Thank you, Fuhad. There's a question from Hastings Hatton, I think, or Hatton. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. You are seeking clarification on the professional category, whether it they said whether it is an individual, whether an individual can win more than 2 awards across the categories if there are multiple entries. So yes, you can, if you are able to submit entries in all the categories listed, why not? But I'll just give Isaac an opportunity to respond. I think he has responded to you. Yes, so we have a question from Fitan. You can go ahead and ask your question, Fitan.
Good morning, everyone. I have also the same last question. I'm from Tunisia. So does this mean we cannot participate because we are not eligible?
Sorry, please repeat your question. You from Geneva, right?
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Yes, North Africa.
Okay.
Okay.
So unfortunately, Tunisia is out of our coverage area for this competition. You can check the countries that are eligible from the website.
Okay, that means we cannot participate. Okay.
Unfortunately for this year, Tunisia is not eligible to participate.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else with a question? We have Mpatsato, Mfatso, I think. You've been muted, so please go ahead and ask your question. Amor, please go ahead. We'll come back to you, Mfatso. Amor, kindly go ahead and ask your question. Amor, we can't hear you. Okay, you're still muted. You are unmuted, so please go ahead and just speak.
Hello.
Hello, yes,
My
Mfatso, we can hear you. Go ahead.
my question is, I want to understand on the time of submission. I didn't get it proper. Hello.
Okay, let me share my screen again. So I will, once this is the competition timeline, I will believe you can, yes, you can see my screen. This is the competition timeline. So today we are doing the launch. It's 5th of June 2026. Then registration and submission will commence up to 31st August 2026. We will close it midnight. That's when the registration and submission will be complete. Then we will have the judges evaluation starting from 1st October 2026 to 20th October 2026. That's when the judging will take place. Then after the judges complete the evaluation, we will commence to the overall winner poll, which will run from 23rd October to 28th October 2026. And then the announcement of the winners will be on 17th November 2026. So once you go to the website, down there you'll see competition timeline, and we will be able to highlight the current, where we are currently in the competition. So currently we're in the official launch. So you have to submit, do your registration and submission by 31st August 2026. So you create, you prepare for your submissions up to 31st August 2026. I hope I'm clear on that.
Yeah, it's understood.
Thank you, Joseph. Andrew Malewezi. Isaac will answer your question on the chat. How will one be able to have access on dashboards? So Isaac will answer you. On to our next question. Isaac will unmute you, and then you can ask your question. Isaac? Isaac, we can't hear you. Okay, we go to Hannah.
Thank you very much. I hope you're able to hear me properly.
Yes, we can hear you. We'll come back to you, Isaac, immediately after Hannah.
Okay, I have a question. Is it possible, may you highlight the main aim for the competition? Or are we supposed to find the problem among the biodiversity and the solution of it, or what exactly? Thank you.
Yes, so thank you for your question. Would you kindly repeat the question so that Isaac can be able to just give you a response?
Okay, on the competition, are we supposed to find a problem among the biodiversity and the solution towards it, or what exactly?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah, you have to address issues in biodiversity, forestry, and seascapes. So you can have like chronological events of how you are going to address the issue. Let's say the issue of pollution along the coastline. So you can have that as one of your problem that you want to address through the either dashboards, story maps, or even web applications. So true, you can be able to have a problem within the 3 thematic areas.
Thank you, Isaac. Just to reiterate what Isaac has said, the point is not to create a problem, or rather observe your local environment, what is happening within your environment in terms of addressing the issues we have in regards to biodiversity laws and climate action. So it's just for you to observe, envision, and sort of relay that information in any of the formats that we've shared today. So thank you, Hannah, for that question. Isaac, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
So thank you very much. I am from Ethiopia. Just I have one suggestion. Since all of the participants are raising the questions that are already presented in the presentation, can you share us the slides, video? There may be a video, screen record, and others. Just I put this comment.
Okay, yes, we'll share all the presentations that we have with all the registered participants. You can also be on the lookout for information regarding the competition, including the videos that we have from past winners on our social media pages. We will put those links on the chat so that you'll be able to just go through, follow our social media pages so that you can be able to get updates regarding the competition. There are a couple of questions on the Q&A section. There's a question from Amor Hamisi Juma. She rather she or he, I'm not sure. Sorry, your name doesn't really but you're basically asking if you can access the ArcGIS online license from us so that you are able to create and design the dashboard and story map. So yes, you can be able to access the ArcGIS online license from us. So those details you will get once you've registered for the competition. There's also a question from Keith Muruki. Who gets to vote in the online poll for selecting People's Choice overall winner? For the For the People's Choice winner, the poll is open to everyone. You can share with people in your network, in your community, if your entry makes it to that point, so that they are able to vote for you. So the voting is not limited. Anyone can be able to vote for any of the entries that will be put forth. I think we'll put about 10 or so entries through that voting process. There's a question from Rim. For school category, is it possible that individual students to participate? Unfortunately, for the competition, for the school categories, we only accept group submissions. So in case a student has an idea, they can share that idea with 5 or so of their classmates or colleagues, so that they are able to just put it into context. For Veronica, you are asking, you have a question on data sources. You're saying, does that mean that using other sources such as USGS and GEE alongside the ones stated to get remote sensing data lead to disqualification? I'll let Isaac respond to you. I think he already has on the chat. Thank you. There's a question from Justus Mwaniki. You're seeking clarification if you're allowed to use any software within your reach, or are there limitations for the softwares to be used? It's open. You can use any software that is available to you. So I'd like to give Joseph an opportunity to just respond.
Thank you for that question. So yes, you can use any software, but we will need to have access to the work that you produce. It has to be public. So if you do it with QGIS, you need to find a way of us. You need to be sure that we will be able to access that information, that we'll be able to submit it. So if you look at the past submissions, most of them are story maps hosted on ArcGIS online, and we're able to share this with the judges. It is able to be hosted even after the competition. So whatever format you use, whatever software you use, make sure that it's public and it is shareable during the competition and even after the competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. First, so do you have a question? I see your hand raised. Do you have a question? If you do, go ahead and just ask. If not, you can drop your hand. Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
So what is the recommended software we're going to be using?
Yes, we recommend you use ArcGIS online. We will be sharing details on how you can have access to that. Once we receive your registration, we will share more details on that. Yes, there are a number of platforms that you can use. So top of that list is ArcGIS. It's online. Then you have QGIS. You can use any other software that you want, but as I said, the key point is be sure that you can share whatever product you have publicly. So we'll be able to access it, and other people can be able to view it during the period, during and after the competition is over. Thank you. I hope that is clear.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Lois, you have raised a query, sort of. You are asking whether the competition can be opened up to cover other areas and make it more diverse, because as it currently stands, it is environmental and covers forestry, biodiversity, and seascape. I hope we'll see how the competition expands in the next couple of years. But for now, it is only limited to the environmental subject, and specifically biodiversity, forestry, and seascape. So part of the reason for this is because the competition is sponsored by the Regional Centers of Excellence, an EU funded project that is implemented by both the Regional Center of Mapping for Resources for Development and C4ECRAF. And the project covers the three themes, that is biodiversity, forestry, and seascape. So that is the reason why our focus is on the three areas. I believe questions are being answered on the chat and on the Q&A. So if you still have questions, you can reach out to us via mapcompetition@rcmrd.org, or you can reach out to me at asum@rcmrd.org, and we'll be able to answer all your queries. There's a question, someone had asked a question, I can't see the question again. He was asking about community. I can't trace your question. Oh, yes, I've seen it. Is there any community group after this Zoom? Yes, we have a community forum where you are able to engage with other participants. We'll display it we'll share the community on the screen so that you're able to see and interact with other participants and get ideas, share ideas, and also just ask your questions there, and we'll also be able to answer the questions. Isaac had asked about ArcGIS Pro, whether I think we can use it, Joseph.
Yes, you can use ArcGIS Pro, but eventually you will need to publish it to an online platform. So you can use ArcGIS Pro, and then once you are done, you will be needed to publish it in an online platform.
Yes. So is there anyone else who feels like the question or the query has not been answered? Please go ahead and raise your hand or send a question on the chat. I believe all the questions that have been raised on the chat have been answered by our team here. All right, so if we do not have any more questions, I'd like to call in Mr. Nguge Kimani to declare the competition launched and to close the webinar for us.
Okay, thank you very much. Indeed, quite useful information from the various teams. We really do not have much to add from my end. It's to really declare the competition officially open. The RCMRD Arts and Map Competition 2026 edition is now live and open. We will, of course, be communicating in our channels. Please follow our social media channels. That's where most of the updates will be made. Join the community forum. The first chance for you to win is by participating, and it's not just about winning, it's also about learning and seeing what the other people are doing. We want to stop there, and we wish you all the best in the competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael, for officially launching the competition. And thank you to everyone for joining us. And as Joseph has indicated in his presentation, the registration platform is officially open. So register, and then from there now you can begin working on your entries. Thank you very much and have a good one. See you on the next webinar, which is scheduled for next month. Bye.